Hello, I'm John. I'm the Warhammer modeler, and in this video I'm going to be going back to one of my old projects, the Primaris Terminators. Thank you to all those who have been waiting so patiently for the next set of videos for this. I'm going to do them bit by bit over the next couple of weeks. This first video is as much a refresher for me as an introduction for anyone who hasn't seen the videos yet. So these are our Primaris Terminators. They use the arms, head and back section of a Terminator. The rest are from the aggressor models. So the first thing that I'm going to do is trim out one of the aggressor models from the push fit sprue, and then we'll see what we have to remove to add to the Terminator details. So I'm going to go with let's go with this one. There's 3 on here, so I can choose. Actually, no, I'm going to go with this one. This one just here. So I'm not going to worry too much if there's any mould lines or anything like that on this at the moment. I will clean that up at a later date before I start painting the squad up. Right then, so now they're cut out, I'm just going to trim up each one slightly. As I said, I'm not going to worry about cleaning up any mould lines. I'll do that at a later date. And something that's I'll also do, where you've got this slight indent, easier to see on this one, on the foot where you've got the heel and the front of the foot. On the first model I did, I actually filled that in to make it more like a Terminator base. Here's a second one that I haven't done any of the sculpting on yet. Still got that separated bit. Not sure if I'm going to do it on the new ones. We'll see how the model turns out. Let's make sure the basics of this are cleaned up. Right, I'm just going to have a look at how this goes together. It looks pretty self-explanatory, yeah. So the legs just fit into place there. Okay, so they go into there. You don't need to use glue generally with the push fits, but I will use glue on these ones because I'm going to be removing sections of them. So, okay. So the next step, let me get one of these Terminator backs. So I want to replace the back of the aggressor with the Terminator back. Now what you'll find with this, you might need to do a little bit of filling. Here's one of the previous ones. You'll see that you do get quite a big gap on the back, which you can fill with some green stuff, modelling putty, or cover it with armour plate, whatever you want. So I'm going to have to remove that back section. The other thing that we're going to have to remove from the front of the aggressor armour is this collar. So we shave that right back. So I'll start with the collar, as it's quite a nice and easy bit to do. There we have that trimmed back. So now, looking at this, what we'll end up with is this back section going on to here, but you'll see where the arms are, we've got a full section on the back there to put the arms for the Terminator armour, but we've got the arm section on here, half of them. So what we need to do is trim half of these off to allow them to slot together. So we'll do that now. So just trimming off these little tabs for the push fit arms because we don't need those. So that's that done. Having a look at this, you can see we want to get half of that off. So it doesn't matter if these don't line up perfectly because they're going to get covered by the arms anyway. Just having a quick look at the ones I've done already. Looks like, from what I remember now, I should really watch my previous videos, but I've cut into that back slightly. So I've cut down into the back, which I can do right now. Taking the first bit off, and we can see how it doesn't quite line up with the armholes, but that doesn't matter for the size of the Terminator. So let's get that in focus. For the size of the Terminator, that works quite nicely just by cutting those little bits out. So as well as that, I need to get rid of these tabs on the inside. Let's see how they bend and snap out. Nothing's happening to the front as I'm doing that, so that's okay. So they come out nice and easily. Okay, so that then goes like that. And while we're doing the test fit, let's see if I've got a spare Terminator head, which I do have. So just holding this in place, I'm going to put the Terminator head in. That looks right. So the next thing I want to do is get the collar that goes over the top of the helmet. So that circular section with the little headlamp on, I want to get one of those in place before I glue this together. So looking at these, let's go with this one just here. Right, so putting that in there and looking at it, I want to take it off just at the base. There and there. So again, if there's any gaps or anything like that, I can fill them later on. For now, I'm just going to cut that so we have that section there. So I'm just going to hold that in place for now and put that there. There is a little gap and that is leaning a bit forward, so I'm going to shave a bit more of this away just to take in the angle of the body stance. Okay. That's a little bit better. So what I will do when I put this together, I'll only use a very small amount of glue, so if I need to I can take it off again. For now, let's move on to the back section. So I want to remove the whole top piece of this armour. So I'm actually just going to go around the curve of the armour. This is going to leave a gap. I don't mind too much because I can fill it later on. Just tidy that up slightly. So that's going to sit in the back just there. And that's going to sit just there. So there is a large hole which I can fill later on. So first thing I'm going to do, let's glue these legs in place. Right, so while that's gluing, I'm going to glue this piece in place. So looking at it, it's still drying. Worth noting, the push fit models, when you take the tabs away, don't like it. So these legs really don't like staying in place at the moment. I mean, they're designed just to be the push fit. So now I've chopped all of those bits out. Not surprised really. So I want to clear a bit more of this out, just to get a bit more of an angle on there. So while I'm waiting for glues to dry, I'll take a bit more of this out. And as always with the scalpel, little by little. And any gaps can be hidden by the arms, like I said before. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that's more comfortable fit. You can see there's a little bit of a gap, but that's okay. Right, so I'm going to tack this in place with a bit of glue. I'm not going to use loads of glue, but it's just so if I do decide it's in the wrong position later on, I can always take it apart. So there is the main body. There is a gap underneath. Just going to compare it to one of the ones I did a while ago. So I'm quite happy with that. Final check is just by placing a Terminator head in. That fits perfectly. Yep, so that works. So that's the end of this first video on prepping this body to become a Primaris Terminator. So changing those aggressor models into the Terminator kits. In the next video, I'm going to try another adaptation of a body, and I'm going to use from the Space Hulk game, which was released 10 years ago now, I think. I'm going to use this remains of a Blood Angel Terminator holding a Gene Stealer in its power fist. I'm going to actually take the legs off completely and put that onto the aggressor legs. So that will be the next video, making this into a Primaris Terminator. But again, thanks for the patience for those who have been waiting for this video series to start up again. This video has been a good reminder to myself on how to start putting these together. So hopefully over the next few weeks we'll be able to get the whole squad made. But for now, like and subscribe. I'm John, I'm the Warhammer Modeler. Thanks for watching.